Thank you for watching the most profitable show in crypto history. Stop everything that you're doing. Now it's crypto time. Welcome to the Crypto Villas Show.
Hello guys, welcome to Crypto Villa channel. I'm Crypto Villa. I'm here to share with you the last news of the crypto market. E pessoal do Brasil, bem-vindo aí ao meu canal, tá? Não se preocupa, às vezes vou falar português para ajudar vocês, tá? E fazendo a introduçãozinha aqui, se inscrevam no meu canal, se não se inscreveram ainda, se inscrevam no meu canal, liga as notificações, se inscreva, toca no sininho, todas as notificações, tá bom, pessoal? Também me sigam no Instagram, se possível, quase 10 mil seguidores no Instagram e também no Twitter, tá, pessoal? E também a gente tem um grupo no Telegram, vocês podem entrar lá, a gente discute. Tá? Hoje, como vocês sabem, é um dia muito especial, né? Vou entrevistar o CEO da AIOZ, o Erman, tá? E no final da stream, tá? Vou abrir para perguntas e respostas, e as duas primeiras perguntas que eu selecionar vão ganhar 50 unidades do token da AIOZ, tá bom? Então, vou chamar ele aqui para o show, tá, pessoal? Vamos lá? So, let's call Erman to the show. Hi, Erman. Thanks so much for coming.
Hola, hola pessoal. Hello everyone.
Hola, hola. Thank you. First of all, I'd like to say that's a big honor to have you here. And really, AIOZ is one of the projects that I most like to follow. You know, it's not just follow because I want you to know the news, but because I really believe what you are doing. So
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for inviting.
And first of all, I'd like that you talk a little about yourself, just a small introduction.
Yes, so my name is Erman Tjiputra, CEO and founder of AIOZ Network. I was born in Indonesia, raised in Singapore, graduated university in the United States. I have my own company in a commodities business in Singapore, and after which I started AIOZ.
Okay. And AIOZ, can you do a small introduction about the company?
Sure. AIOZ is a deep tech company in blockchain and artificial intelligence. We are a team of back-end engineers in blockchain, front-end developers, and AI scientists. We have collaborations with top universities. We have partnered with big tech companies. We have accolades in hackathons. We have published white papers in peer-reviewed rank A AI conferences. Fun fact. So the name AIOZ, if you're wondering what it means, it's a very deep meaning for us, we, the company. It actually stands for A to Z, input and output, AI first. So it's our company name, our corporate logo, our company structure.
Oh, that's good. You guys thought about everything, right?
Yes.
That's very good. And what are the main features of AIOZ?
Right. So in the field of blockchain, AIOZ has dedicated to building a layer 1 media blockchain, AIOZ network, based on Cosmos framework and EVM compatibility. What it means is that AIOZ network has built, I would say, users a worldwide network of edge nodes to leverage peer-to-peer neighborhood bandwidth, also known as local bandwidth, to create an infinitely scalable content delivery solution at a fraction of a cost of legacy content delivery network. As AIOZ network is based on Cosmos framework, we will be able to interoperate with other blockchain in IBC protocol, also known as inter-blockchain communications. AIOZ network is also able to interoperate with other blockchain framework, i.e. Bitcoin and Ethereum, with the peg zones in Cosmos framework. There's the BTC peg zone and the ETH peg zone, which will be developed in the coming future. So as AIOZ is EVM compatible, AIOZ also is able to integrate with other Ethereum projects like MetaMask or Trust Wallet, or developers with EVM knowledge using Solidity language.
Okay, that's very good. And what are the difference between AIOZ and other centralized layer 1 solutions?
Right. So allow me to provide comparisons so that your community and everyone understands. So I'll give you 3 examples that's currently in the, I would say, media blockchain projects, right? So the first example is Theta. So Theta uses a technique called P2P caching on browsers. And Theta architecture is really different from AIOZ network. Firstly, Theta focused on powering the live streaming experience via caching browsers. Number
Mhm.
one, the viewer will fetch the content from traditional CDNs like AWS or Akamai, and then the viewer will then cache these segments on the browser and transfer
Okay.
these segments to the nearest viewer who's also watching the same video. And
Okay.
on Theta node, there is no mention about storing segments as a permanent solution. However, AIOZ network edge nodes storage of digital segments are permanent. So that means Theta's P2P caching technique is temporary.
Mhm.
Permanency also allows greater utility usage of AIOZ for consistently powered nodes, thus providing a consistently greater viewing experience on the apps. So the
Okay.
second example that I would like to provide you is LivePeer. LivePeer is a
Mhm.
DApp on Ethereum. Live, LivePeer protocol is focusing particularly on video transcoding and with a mechanism to verify the transcoding task is completed correctly. And it's, in essence, LivePeer wants to be a effective live streaming service, focusing on live streaming, right?
Okay. Okay.
Right. And the third example that I will share with you is BitTorrent Tron. So BitTorrent Tron uses existing BitTorrent protocol. This protocol is not built for streaming and not designed for CDN. So BitTorrent Tron technique is as such. First, you install the BitTorrent application. Two, open the application and it redirects you to a website which
Mhm.
manages all the torrent and you watch the video from the torrent. Therefore, BitTorrent Tron technique is not a CDN for DApps to store and stream the media content. So in summary, what we have done is that we've really built a user-friendly interface AIOZ network edge node application. If you have a Mac or Windows or Linux, feel free to install it. It's designed for these devices and it allows flexibility to choose how much resources they're willing to allocate.
So, could I say that AIOZ is, how can I say, agnostic? Works in uh, very different ways, right? It's not just something temporary, like you said, right? It's how can I say? It's a real layer one solution, right? It's much more solid
Mm.
than the other ones.
Right. So in essence, because we are based on Cosmos framework and EVM compatibility, we will have our
Mm-hmm.
own AIOZ smart contract, AIOZ RC20. That
Mm-hmm.
means that we're able to have built upon DEX. We can build Uniswap, we can build, the apps can build on top of us and they have their own
Mm-hmm.
tokens. So it
Mm-hmm.
creates utility in our ecosystem. But we're focused on media in a sense.
Okay.
And
In a,
because
please.
Go ahead. So in essence, because we are focusing on video at the moment, right? And video is image and audio. If we can do a sort of like, which I'm gonna explain to you the AOS tube, which is a proof of concept DApp on a decentralized sort of like a video. We can
Mm-hmm.
also do decentralized audio, right? Which is a Spotify, and then we can do images. So in essence, we're really the backbone of this media streaming applications as such that as now we're streaming to each other using this CDN on this YouTube live.
Mm-hmm.
We're using
Mm-hmm.
YouTube's Google Cloud CDN.
Okay. And my next question is about CDN, right? What's the difference between AIOZ and other CDN solutions?
Hmm, right. So traditional content delivery network are Amazon Web Services, also known as AWS, Google Cloud, Akamai. They are very, very powerful servers. They have spent billions of dollars to build data centers. And these architecture servers are centralized and they're single point of failure. And with a decentralized CDN like what we're building and our comparisons in the market, computational powers are distributed across peer-to-peer in
Mm-hmm.
transcoding, delivery, and storage, as well as because the nodes are in the location near to each other. It allows reduced latency, saving time to fetch and view the content, therefore greater viewing experience. And milliseconds really matters in our world. Yeah.
Sure, sure. I always give an example here in Brazil. We have many cities here, right? And most of the things here, for example, the AWS CDN here is located in São Paulo city, just in one city, right? But many other people live around it and far away from here. And they can't take it all the advantage of this, right? With the AIOZ node, for example, they can, because in their city, maybe there are some nodes, right? So the ping, will be very, very, very low.
That's right. That's right. So that's why. So if someone is living in Rio, right, they will have to ping to the Sao Paulo's centralized server, right,
Yeah.
and then go back again. So imagine if AIOS network itself, the nodes are located around Sao Paulo, then you ping the Sao Paulo node instead of pinging the one in yeah, sorry, you ping the
Yeah,
one in Rio.
in
Yeah,
Rio instead of
right.
São Paulo. Yes.
That's right. That's right. So that's why the distance will be reduced in a sense. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And that's you already talked a little bit about this, but I'd like to know, anyone can create a dApp on top of AIOS blockchain?
Yes. So when AIOS Network released the smart contract in Q1 of 2022, and with the release of a for developer by developer portal, we have to provide SDK, APIs to connect, and documentations. Yes, anyone can create a dApp on top of the AIOS blockchain.
That's good. That's good. And it's a economic question right now.
Mm.
If a big company, I don't know, such as Netflix, for example, starts to using AIOS services, you know how much they would save, more or less,
Um,
just a prediction.
yeah. So we calculate within our calculations, we believe that the cost savings will be cut by half. And these cost
Oh,
savings are instant. Because of the nature of peer-to-peer, the costs are already distributed. It's no longer a centralized architecture.
oh,
That's why.
it's a lot.
Yes. So for the benefit of the streaming platform is cost savings, right?
Mhm.
And then AOS Network has built this application so that everyone with a device can participate, right? The computing resources to potentially be rewarded with AOS tokens.
Perfect, perfect. And I think you already answered, but just to confirm, when mainnet?
Yes. So mainnet will be in various stages. I think we are going with the phases of mainnet. So the V1 of mainnet is due this quarter of 2021. And what will entail in the mainnet of Q1 is we're going to have the AIOS Blockchain Explorer. We're going to have a native token. We will have a AIOS native wallet that will be released. Yeah,
Okay, so version one before the end of the year.
that's the plan. That's the schedule. And we are striving every day, every moment to release it. Yes.
That's good. That's good. And you already talked to a little bit, but I'd like to confirm what are your main competitors?
Right. So allow me to rephrase that, maybe in terms of comparisons, right? So I would say that we're all in this industry. We're in the streaming industry. We're in the media industry. So I would say let's compartmentalize in the non-crypto space of comparisons are the traditional content delivery network like Akamai, Google Cloud, AWS. So these are the traditional CDNs in the non-crypto space. In the crypto space, in the likes of what we're doing, Theta, I already explained, LivePeer, BitTorrent, Tron, I think Veracity, are some of the examples. They have different techniques of the use case, the utility as well. So I also want to share with you the vision of how I envision into the future, and that now AOS network needs to focus, and primary focus is to have a critical mass adoption of nodes. That means we're focusing on vertical integration. We need to have many nodes participating in our community, as well as we power all the dApps on top, right? So that's
Yeah.
called vertical integration for us. And in the future, we will then want to go for horizontal integration. And what that means is that we would like to onboard and partner and collaborate with the traditional so-called content delivery network and say, hey, AWS, hey, Google Cloud, um, you invest billion of dollars in Sao Paulo, in Tokyo, in New York, in Singapore, but you know what? Are you going to invest $1 billion in Timbuktu? So we have edge node in the particular area. Why don't we collaborate together? Let our edge node work and be rewarded with the tokens and deliver the content to your customers, right? So in a sense, that I believe requires time, requires the vertical integration and horizontal integration. Yeah.
Okay. And well, right now, some questions about the team. I'd like that you talk a little about the team, and I don't know how many people you have, where
Mhm.
are you based, how many years are you already working on AIOZ?
Right. So AIOZ is a company that has been born almost 7 years ago, and we're focusing a lot on AI. So 3 years ago, in 2017, 2018, we started to delve deeper into blockchain. We understand blockchain. We understand it's as a distributed ledger. The smart contract as a language. So we decided to build a media solution because we understand the pain points of the media solutions. It's expensive, prohibitively expensive, especially in transcoding. So that's why we started AOS Network. We've also filed a couple of patents to be innovative because we're used to publishing white papers, and we found several innovative so-called applications that we filed. And it shows in 2018 we've already filed, and we've been working on it since. And we have a team of over 30 engineers, AI scientists, and designers and admin, and primary domicility in Singapore, Vietnam, and Canada. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So many years are you working on this, right? And many
Yes.
people.
Yes.
And well, are there already any partnerships? Of course, I know there are some, but can you talk a little about some partnerships? And maybe you have some partnership, exclusive one that you can disclose here. I don't know.
Yes. So I will present to you what we have already published. So we are partnered with NVIDIA Inception. It's a startup
Mhm.
accelerator program because we are in AI space deeply, and that's where we collaborate together to make use of NVIDIA's GPU uh, graphic processing unit to utilize the hardware and create solutions, right, for our clients. We also entered Qualcomm Accelerator. Qualcomm, as you know, is one of the world's leading wireless technology provider. Fun fact: 30% of the phones in the world are powered by Qualcomm chipsets. And it's a very they go by the name of Snapdragon, right? So
Mhm.
there are a variety of names, So, but anyways, they're very they hold a lot of patents as well in the world, wireless technologies. So we joined a QVIC. We won a second place this year for our contributions, and we also partnered with UNDP to solve a problem during COVID. A problem statement was presented to us from UNDP. How do we utilize AI to combat COVID? So our solution was to build a computer vision based robot. We have also collaborated with top universities in the world, like Imperial College of London and University of Adelaide, to research on experimental cutting edge technologies in AI and blockchain. We also publish peer-reviewed rank A conferences. And we also partner with media and blockchain projects currently like MILC,
Mhm.
Omni.ai, Mogo Productions. There are clear use case for us. That's why we want to partner. And um, just to answer your question about future partnership, yes, there are several technology. I mean, I would say big tech electronics company that will be released in due time. However, I'm unable to reveal because there are signed NDAs in place at the moment.
Okay, I tried.
Yes, yes,
And but so huge partnerships, right? A lot of
yes.
huge companies. That's very good.
Thank you.
And so let's talk a little about the token economics. I'd like that you, I don't know, talk a little in general about the token economics, the use cases, and
hmm Right. So once on mainnet, right, going into next year, the edge node, which is the very heartbeat of our AIOZ network, will be rewarded with AIOZ tokens for performing computational tasks in the storage of media segments using HDD and SSD, in the transcoding of media segments using CPU and GPU, and the delivery of media segments using internet bandwidth. That is the utility in terms of the edge nodes. How will they contribute? They contribute computation resources. In return, they get rewarded, right, by the DApp that deploys on top of AIOZ network. So what is the DApp now, right? So we had to bootstrap a proof of concept DApp, decentralized app, on AIOZ network. It's called AIOZ.tube. Currently, AIOZ.tube is going through a transformational change. It's going through a UI UX change, modifications to basically going into mainnet to apply onto the AIOZ network mainnet. So we call it V2, right? Content creators on AIOZ.tube, like yourself, Vila, you will be rewarded for hosting content to earn. The viewers will be rewarded for watching content, watch to earn. An AIOZ network edge node will be rewarded for delivery of the content to the apps on AIOZ network, also known as now AIOZ.tube V2. It's power to earn. So these are the different utilities in terms of the usage. And one more thing, staking, right? So I think staking is a widely common, I would say, technique in the world of crypto, our world, right? We're very used to it, and we have thought very deeply in the use case of staking. We wanted staking to be meaningful, useful, and bountiful for all stakeholders. So on AIOZ blockchain, AIOZ token holders will be able to stake to validators, to delegate to validators, and earn a percentage of the TX fees as commissions, and as well as staking in AIOZ.tube. What it means is that stakers can actually participate in the popularity of content owners, i.e., if there are more viewers on the content owners, therefore more ads will be served, and therefore higher APY.
Okay, got it.
So,
It's a
yes.
smart way, please.
Yes. So there will be planned staking also on AIOZ network edge nodes. Please stay tuned for the final announcement. Yeah.
Okay. And well, many people right now in the chat here are asking this, and that's my next question. It's how about who is already a node, right? Already they have a node, they are running and mining AIOZ testnet coins, right? It's not the real coin. So are these coins being converted in AIOZ mainnet, or are these guys being compensated in a way?
Yes, we duly noted the contributions of the edge node in terms of on the testnet environment. We're able to understand deeply about how I would say what we can improve upon, right? And therefore, we will be rewarding the edge node workers that are currently rewarded with AIOZ testnet to be converted to AIOZ native tokens with a ratio that we will finalize at mainnet.
Okay, so the ratio you are going to finalize yet, right?
Yes, we will.
Okay, perfect. And I'd like to know more about some KPIs, I don't know, or goals that you can share with us. Number of nodes, depth, I don't know.
Right. So at the moment, AIOZ as a token has about 25,418 token holders on both ERC20 and BEP20. So let me go towards AIOZ network, right? In terms of the nodes, we're now powered by 32,000 edge nodes. Thank you, everyone, for believing in our project. 30% of the nodes come from Asia, 41% from Europe, 22% from North America, and 5% from South America, and 3% from Oceania. In terms of storage in the AIOZ edge node, we have stored 17 million storage segments, equivalent to 103 terabytes. In terms of delivery, we have delivered 335 million segments, equivalent of 841 terabytes. And AIOZ.tube, as of now, has 91,500 registered users. 263 million videos have been uploaded. We have 93 million views and 117 million ads served.
Oh,
Thank you.
It's a lot. So right now I'm gonna to roll out a small video here, and then we can come back to questions and answers. Okay. So I
Thank you.
will say something for my audience here. Pessoal,
Okay.
vou rolar aquele videozinho lá de 20 segundos, tá? Dá tempo de vocês darem o like aí, deixa o like, tá? E aí vão vir para as perguntas e respostas, e as duas primeiras perguntas aqui que eu responder, que eu pegar, vão ganhar os 50 EIOS, tá? Então, estamos de volta em 20 segundos.
Like this video, subscribe to CryptoVilla's channel, and click on the bell button in order to turn on your notifications. Also, don't forget to follow him on Twitter. That's the only way to get notified earlier so you can take advantage of this. Information is power. Early information is profit.
So we come back. Let's pick one question here. A lot of comments. The people are liking the interview here.
Thank
And
you.
the first one is from Juan, right? Considering that AIOZ is a layer 1 blockchain solution, can this network be used in other areas that need data distribution, such as health, e-commerce, etc.?
Right. So part of our strategy going into the coming years, right, is that we want to build, we understand when we build a CDN, we're able to do many things behind the scenes, right? We're using computational tasks already, the CPU, GPU, the HDD, SSD, and internet bandwidth. So the next phase that we want to sort of we never really touch base upon is basically building a so-called the AIOZ Dropbox, right? Google Storage, because we're able to store this store these media formats. At the end of the day, it's a form of a format, right? You have video, which is in the form of MPEG, and then you have audio in the form of MP3. You have Word documents in the word of Word, right? PDF. So all this can actually be distributed and stored across different nodes as a service. So to answer your question, yes, we can actually, once we have the critical mass adoption of nodes, ideally we will definitely want to turn on transcoding. So transcoding is really a technically very challenging task on the fly, to be honest, because two prerequisite needs to be fulfilled. The first prerequisite for transcoding will be the critical mass adoption of nodes. We cannot have one node doing live streaming for YouTube like what we're doing now. We need a lot of nodes together. We will power this live streaming. And two, of course, the team needs to enable live streaming transcoding feature, right? So to answer the question, going into other industries, yes. When you talk about health, you talk about like all these different I would say industries. It depends on what use case they want to do. Are you talking about within health is telemedicine? Yeah, we can do streaming of a telemedicine. Do they want to store sort of their documents? That's something is a corporate sort of policy. What they want to do? Are they okay with distributing this content? Because this at the end of the day is a corporate decision as well. Yeah. But technically, yes, we want to go towards not only as the media solution of storage, transcoding, and delivery. Yeah, at the core of it.
Okay. The second question is made by Longi Nui. Sorry for the pronunciation. As I see, people can earn AIOS tokens by watching videos and running nodes. How do you guys manage the inflation of the token and prevent people exploiting cheating tools to watch videos like robots?
Yeah. So yes, we recognize that there are farmers on AOS Tube V1, right? And it's really malicious. I mean, it's totally I would say it is not healthy for everyone. I think nobody wants robots to come in and farm us, you know. We want real viewers, we present to ads. So yes, we have deployed AI, we have deployed mitigation techniques for these farmers. And we typically will ban them as well. Should they continue, we give a first sort of like a warning that we know you're farming, please do not do this. It's not good. So yes, internally we have deployed mitigation techniques.
Okay. And one question here from Animali. Animali is based in Roma. He's Italian. Always here also. And he asks here, Arvor is a competitor of AIOZ.
Sorry,
He asking here, Arvor is a competitor of AIOZ.
Aave.
Yes,
Oh, I
Arvor.
see. Aave, right. So I think Aave is, I would say, we have different use case, right? So I would say all the different layer one blockchain projects each have their own unique USP, unique selling point, right? Unique proposition. I would say I cannot speak for Aave, but I can say that I would say we were one of the very few L1 media blockchain focused. I would really ask anyone to uh, share with us which other blockchain is doing what we're doing on this scale. Yeah.
Okay. And from CMG, will it be possible to set up how much processing and storage I want to make available to an AIOZ to be an AIOZ node?
Right. So I think in the latest AOS Edge Node upgrade, we have already enabled allocation of customization of files, uh, data file. I think he's talking about how much 100% or 50%, the slider. So give us time. We're working on it, and we will release that in due time. We've already sort of placed that in the UI UX so that we can implement that. Yeah.
Okay, and the next question, you already talked a little about this, right? But just to be sure, how do you expect big companies adopt AIOZ streaming platform based on cost if for them it's also about reliability and the quality of service? Who would provide this support to companies?
Mm, right. So definitely, I think big companies would be looking very, very thoroughly in our architecture servers, right? So I would definitely recommend big companies to just deploy, I would say, as certain videos in certain countries, not the entire, I would say, portfolio, right? As a start. So that way, I think give them the confidence, and then we can work around it, and step by step we improve and we scale up along together. Yeah.
Okay, and just let's pick one more question. Well, a lot of comments. It's hard to check everything here.
Yes.
Okay, what it is? Okay, this is a technical question. Uh,
Sure.
let how AIOZ ensure WebRTC flow is enabled on end nodes, and how will WebRTC improve user experiences?
All right. Yeah, we actually released the WebRTC technique to showcase that we're really running on a P2P. WebRTC is automatically enabled on the browser side. So there's nothing that the edge node needs to do or the users or viewers need to do. We're doing all behind the scenes. So the reason why we're using this WebRTC, because we do believe in the WebRTC future. I think as it becomes more mature, more big tech companies are embracing WebRTC. The the use the utility of WebRTC is becoming apparent because it reduces latency and increases the peer-to-peer network, right? So uh, we wanted just to address this answer. WebRTC will be done behind the scenes, under the hood of AOS network. Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
yeah.
And I think that's all. And I'd like to thank you, Erman, so much. And do you
Thank
have
you.
any final thoughts that I'd like to share? I don't know, call people to the Twitter to be a node. I don't know.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I urge everyone with a device, with their computing device, to download a node, stand ready to participate. Bear with it because I think the activities need to occur on a DApp level, right? We're still at the beginning stages of our network. In the future, as more and more DApps get deployed, obviously there'll be more and more activities, and that's why thus there'll be more and more rewards. So of course, there's a multitude of factors within the device itself, right? In terms of how powerful it is, how much storage, how much bandwidth, is it stable? So I think join us in this community, right, of AIOZ network. We're truly doing something very unique. It's technically challenging for us, truly. I mean, if it's not challenging, everyone would have done it already easily, right? So, but I think we persevere, we're focused, we understand what we're doing, we know what challenges lie ahead, and we ask everyone to participate in the node download. And
Well, I'm a node, Erman. And
thank you.
I'm talking to everyone here, be a node, every time here. And so thank you so much again, Erman. It was a big honor have you here. And maybe you can come back some months later with the mainnet, and the
Yes.
other news, right?
Totally, I would love to update you and your community. What we've been doing, what has transpired, right? What we see, and announcement too. So yeah, it's a long game, and we're prepared for this. Yeah, thank
So
you.
thank you, Erman.
Thank you very
Bye bye.
much for your. Thank you. Bye.
Pessoal, muito obrigado por vir aqui, muito obrigado, tá? Amanhã, 1h. Se você foi uma das duas pessoas, vai lá em About Section, lá no YouTube, e me manda um e-mail com a sua wallet da Mind Smart Chain. Guys, thank you so much for coming, okay? And if you are one or long, the winners, okay, of the 50 AIOZ tokens, go to the About section on my YouTube channel and send me an email with your wallet from Binance Smart Chain, okay? So, bye-bye.